Hey guys, I'm out here at the range today and I'm shooting like 3 different videos, and I thought I might shoot another one. So I thought I'd talk to you about free recoil. So, what is it? How do you manage it? How do you shoot? And this is more of a what I'm starting to learn video than kind of me trying to tell you maybe how to do it or what to do. This is really up to you and your shooting style. But this has really come into play with me on the 22 long rifle competitions. So let's talk about all of that and free recoil. If you're ready to go, let's get to it. Well, if you've watched some of my other videos on like positioning and whatnot, then here's what you kind of heard, right? Let's use this prop as a great example. This is my homemade barricade stop that I made, remember that? And I'm just going to dry fire here, and I'm able to dry fire with this rifle. It's completely fine. But basically what you'll do is you'll get into position, you may have your bag, you'll come in, you'll load, right? And basically what I usually say is you load into the prop, right? So as you can see right here, I'm loading this barricade stop into the prop, and I'm racking, and I'm firing. Now, I am pretty loaded into this, all right? And sometimes, especially when you start shooting PRS, you may get you may just load too hard, I guess is the best way to put it. And here's what can happen with that. What can happen is you load, you get set up, you push into it, and you're trying so hard to keep this thing steady that your reticle is just dancing. So there's this balance that happens. And another shooter, his name is James Smith, he had some, I was listening to him talk to someone one day, and he had some really good advice for them. What he was saying was load into it, and then back off a little bit. Just back off. And by that I don't mean come off the rifle. I think what he means is just kind of relax a little bit, okay? Now this is where the balance of your rifle really comes into play, okay? This is a pretty thick piece of wood here, you can see. But I can promise you, if this wood was 2.5 inches wide, this rifle would still be balanced on it, because I've got the balance of the rifle set to where this barricade is to balance on this bag. But what I've really learned in the 6.5 Creedmoor is to do pretty much what James said. The key to that, though, is when I come down on the rifle and I load it and I'm getting on a target, I'm just going to pick a pipe out here. I'm getting on a target. If you find yourself kind of moving all over the target, that's when you need to back off. Trust the balance of your rifle. Just let it. I'm hardly holding the rifle, guys. I am literally just, this hand is literally just resting here. This hand is literally just resting. I mean, it's resting on this grip, okay? I am not holding this grip tightly at all. I'm resting my thumb. I'm bringing my trigger finger in. This also helps you with accidental discharges, because you're not like this and getting ready, and you're just lightly holding it. I've got my shoulder right here just against the butt. That's all it is. It is not loaded heavily into it. I want the balance of my rifle to just put that reticle right on the target and then pull the trigger. That, to me, is what we mean by free recoil. And in my last 22 match, we were shooting off a rooftop, so you had to get up to the top of the rooftop. And I'm telling you, I wish I had a better video of that. I have a video, but it just shows my butt, because I was just behind myself. I had the camera behind me. But if you had seen that on that roof, It was literally like this. That rifle was just like this. And I was barely holding on to this plate, and I just would come onto the rifle and pull the trigger, rack around, come off it a little bit, pull the trigger. That's how lightly I was holding. And the 22 has no recoil, so you can really use free recoil for that. With this, you're still managing it a little bit because you don't want to lose the target, right? You don't want to be so light on this rifle that when it recoils, they're coming off the target. That dovetails into another thing you need to watch, and that is your trigger pull, right? And I've talked about this on other videos. When I come in here and I'm going to kind of free recoil, when I come down here and I pull this trigger, I tell myself trigger to shoulder, trigger to shoulder, trigger to shoulder. And I hold that trigger back after I fire because you want everything coming straight back into this shoulder. And if you do that, you won't get that muzzle flip. Of course, you'll have a muzzle break like I do, but you won't get that muzzle flip, and you won't lose that target. And once you get this all managed, you'll be able to see your impacts on the target because you're staying on the target. So anyway, look, just a short video. I just wanted to kind of go over this with you, my thoughts on free recoil. I'm getting more and more used to it. I'm still learning it though, especially on this rifle, but I think I've got it pretty much down on the 22. So I hope you enjoyed this quick one, and until next time, shoot straight.